everyone, so today I'm going to be talking you through my everyday makeup. In quite a few of my videos over the past month I've just been wearing the same thing kind of in every video, and you've all been asking to see kind of what kind of products I've put on my face and how I've used them, and a lot of you have also been asking to see the Dr. Jart BB cream in action, so I'm going to roll both of those into one, considering that is my everyday makeup anyway. That's pretty easy. So a couple of things to mention before we get started. Although this is my everyday makeup, I don't use all of these products every single day. There are some days where I do my base and I just leave it at that. There are some days where I don't even go with the base. If it's a Monday, you can bet your last dollar there will be no makeup Monday. It just happens. I am not a morning person, so some days everyday makeup is either very minimal or non-existent. So just bear that in mind. I do use, for everyday, kind of full everyday makeup, I use a lot of products on my face, but I can stop and do tend to stop at any point when I get a bit fed up. So the first product I go in with is the Dr. Jart BB cream. I've already done my skincare routine this morning and used my Clarins Instant Smooth Self Tanning Primer, so I just go in with the Dr. Jart BB cream and I just smooth that all over. I use about a pea-sized amount when I first get started, and I just smooth that kind of all over my skin, and what I will then do once I've smoothed it all over is I will then go back and use just a little bit more over any areas that need extra coverage, and then I tend to just kind of leave it at that. I don't really like to use too much or go in with a buffing brush. I find that my fingers are just perfect for this. As I go over, it just kind of smooths over all the kind of imperfections and corrects redness, which I love. I love that you can literally see it correcting all the redness in your skin as you go, and it just leaves you with a really kind of luminous, perfect looked skin. There's nothing that I don't like about this. And then I move on to concealing, and the first product that I use is the Origins Plantscription Concealer. I like this product because you can use this under your eyes. It's kind of slightly pinky toned, but it's basically a more moisturising version of the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, which I did find was getting a bit dry in the winter. It just kind of made the underneath of my eyes really dry, so I really love using this. It's obviously more expensive, but it is kind of far better in my opinion and perfect for under eye concealing. So I just dab a little bit of that under my eyes and pat it in with my ring finger. One of my eyes always needs more concealing than the other, and I tend to get kind of a prominent bag under one eye and not the other, which is a bit weird. Go in with the Collection Illuminating Touch Concealer, and this is just a really lovely kind of luminous concealer. It works really, really well for kind of highlighting certain points on the face. It also does an amazing job of covering blemishes because it kind of reflects the light away from them, and I've just found whenever I've used this over blemishes my skin just looks amazing. So I've repurchased this recently in the shade 02 because 3 was just far too dark. 2 is still ever so slightly too light, but I can work with that when I go in with my bronzer. Next up, I do bronzing and powder in one, and I basically use the world's most orange bronzer. I use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Sun Power, which is the most orange bronzer or powder you can find. It does a really amazing job when used very lightly over the kind of points in my face that would tan. It gives a really, really natural tanned effect without actually making me look too orange. It is very easy to make yourself look orange with it, but I find just a really light dusting actually makes me look really, really healthy and glowing, and it also kind of just keeps my makeup fresh for longer. And I just use that with a Real Techniques powder brush, which is the best powder brush ever because it is just so ginormous, but also really nicely kind of oval shaped, so you get the perfect sideways brush for when you're going over your cheekbones. And then we move on to more cheek products, and the next product I'm going to use is the Jouer highlighter in Champagne, and it is just a really, really beautiful kind of champagne-y, pinky, rose gold highlighter. I'm going to pat that on the tops of my cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose with my ring finger, and I also just put a little bit on my forehead just because sometimes my forehead can look a bit too matte. And then for blush, I have recently rediscovered the Topshop blush in Neon Rose, and this is just a beautiful blush. It looks very, very bright in the pan, and it is, but it's also very, very light when you put it on your skin. I expect it to look quite like a dark pink once it's applied because I have quite dark skin, but it actually does a really amazing job of brightening the skin, and I find it just really lifts my face, and it also is just a really amazing consistency, and I love applying it with my fingers. I don't know if you can tell, I just apply the majority of my makeup as much as I can with my fingers because I just think it blends so much nicer. So I just kind of take this and with my ring finger again, my ring finger is by now very, very product heavy. I just pat that in onto the not the high points of my cheekbones, but the upper half of my cheeks, just because I then find it lifts my face, and I find that my face just needs a lot of lifting. I don't know why, I just feel like I always kind of do things on the higher points, and this is where some days I just completely give up because it is the most time consuming part of getting ready in the morning. I really, really love liquid eyeliner. I have always worn liquid eyeliner since I was about 15. I find that really, really dark matte kind of liquid eyeliner suits my eye colour. I find that I can't really find too much that works with very, very dark brown eyes because my eyes are actually so dark that they are almost black. I just find that using a liquid eyeliner really makes them pop just a little bit more. I use the Collection 2000 Fast Stroke Concealer, and I just kind of sweep it from, I'd say, a quarter of the way in over my eyelid and then just all the way out. I do quite a sweepy wing to the liner and then kind of make sure that it all joins and it's all very kind of sleek and straight. I don't like too many kind of curves to the eyeliner as much as I can. I like to keep it quite sweeping and straight, if that makes any sense, but hopefully you will see in the clip how it's working. And then I go in with my Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curlers. These are just the best eyelash curlers. Given I've never tried Schumacher ones, these I think are just the bomb. They're £15. They come with 2 little refillable pads and they are just amazing. I find that you get the best curl when you pump your eyelashes with them, but it just keeps them really nice and curled until I can get to them with my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, which I am definitely looking for a kind of new alternative to because I cannot find it anywhere. I think I was the last person that managed to find it about a month ago, and I'm running out and I need a new one and I don't know what mascara to go for. I like waterproof mascaras and things that are quite volumizing and lengthening, so if you have any recommendations, pop them in the comments below because you're always so helpful with things like that. And then we get to brows, and you may have noticed so far that my face hasn't been looking how it would normally look, and that is because the brows are missing. So I just go in every day. This is one of my everyday things. If I'm not wearing any makeup, I have to do my brows. I just go in with the Topshop brow pencil, kind of use that to fill in the fronts of my brows because I don't like them to look too dark because I find it looks far too heavy. But then for building up the structure of my brows, just kind of thickening them out, I then use the Rimmel brow pencil in black brown, and I just find this is really good because it's very cool toned on the skin, so when I'm using it kind of partially on very sparse areas and going over skin, it doesn't go very warm on the skin because I find then things start to look very, very orange and very unnatural and it doesn't look like my eyebrows. So this is perfect for actually sculpting out a new shape for your brows. Today one side of my eyebrows are just looking very, very sparse, so I decided that even after those 2 products I'd just go in with the MAC eyeshadow in charcoal brown and a MAC 217 brush. Nope, that's a lie, it's a 266 brush. It's just the little angle brush. I just went in, swept that over my eyebrows and just kind of filled them in a bit. I find that powder is really good if you want your eyebrows to kind of last a lot longer. Just finish the whole look off, I just go in with a lip product, and today I'm just going to be using the one that I've used in most of my other videos, and that is the Revlon lip butter in Creme Brulee, which is beautiful and I've just loved it. I've loved it for about a year now since they came out. It's just a really, really beautiful lip product. And that is it for my everyday makeup. If you have any questions about any of the products, then just leave a comment below. I'll try and leave all the links to products and things like that and any reviews I have in the description box. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you are having a lovely weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!